Central Otago's newest vet clinic is often home to sick and injured pets, but not every visitor here has a home to start with.
My friend.
Part-time vet nurse Vicky has a real soft spot for abandoned and helpless animals, and she's ended up babysitting a very young wild bird.
He originally came to stay with us for the weekend, and the lady sort of felt that maybe he could be let go after the weekend. But I think he might just be a little bit little.
The bird is only a few weeks old and would normally be with its mother until it was fully weaned. But now, that's Vicky's job.
Alessia's not that fussed on birds, I guess I'm it. We gave him his first big feed just before, and he returned his gratitude by turning around and bending over and firing a big poo at me. So we'll see how he goes, and we'll release him when he's able.
Vicky will continue nursing the bird and keeping the other residents at bay. For this, she receives a parting gift from a grateful wee friend.
It's going to put a strain on our friendship.
From farms and the fields to the high country stations, inspections, detections and examinations, and highly hygienic inseminations. He's a remarkable vet. He's got stuff for your puppies, for sheep and for pets, 'cause he's a remarkable vet.
It's Monday morning and Jeff's first walk-in case is a sorry-looking farm dog called Dick, who has been viciously attacked.
Boss goes away and the dogs play out. Bit of fight for the top of the ladder, I'd say, in the dog world. So, old Dick come off second best, I think. Bring him up here to Jeff and see what he can sort out for us.
Dick. It's got a few holes in him. Right, okay. So Mike's away and the boys, the hierarchy was lost, yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Dick is the head dog in a pack of working farm dogs, and the farmer's favourite. And while he was away from the farm, the younger dogs turned on Dick in a fight for top spot.
Just got to go through his whole body and make sure there's no damage, perhaps deeper or more so than meets the eye. He's breathing all right, but he's extremely painful, just this whole posture. Both legs, taking a bit of a hammering there. Yeah. In the elbows. He needs some attention, obviously, and we'll get some pain relief into him, some antibiotics, and we'll just monitor him over the day and over the night, and see how he picks up. And we'll just keep an eye out for other things developing. So within 24 hours, he should be quite a different dog. But I think we'll keep you here, Dick. Eh?
Dick has been through a nasty ordeal defending his title, and he's lucky to be both alive and in good hands. Jeff's next case is already waiting outside. And the clinic is full of energy thanks to Buddy the cockatoo and her well-known owner, real estate superstar Michael Bulgaris.
No, stop it.
Michael is known for his love of animals, and he's brought quite an entourage of pets and friends along today.
Oh, he likes you, doesn't he?
Buddy the cockatoo is 6 months old, and she needs to have her wings clipped so she can't fly too far.
Don't panic, don't watch. It's okay. There you go, see? You didn't even know what was going on. Be over before you know. There you go. Oh, look at that feather. How many did you cut last time?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Well, that'd be
be
shorter. Really.
Yeah, it was about half a dozen. Beautiful.
Is that it?
Yeah, I reckon we're done. Okay.
Come here.
All
Stop
right.
it. Don't you dare bite me. She's all right. I've got it. Come here.
Good.
How was that? Huh?
With the wing trimming complete, Buddy and Michael are reunited. But there's someone at the clinic who doesn't share his fondness for birds.
I am not a bird person at all. I love birds, I think they're lovely, but I'm absolutely petrified of them. I think from a hands-on point of view, I can't deal with them, so bye.
With that simple procedure over, it's straight on to the next one. But it won't be so simple. The badly beaten farm dog Dick has become very timid, and he won't let Jeff near.
Good boy, Dick. Good boy.
Dick is muzzled just in case he lashes out at Alicia or Jeff.
He's unpredictable because he's so sore. He's the only way they can let us know that it's hurting is by him, lashing out and biting or running. Now it will sort of potentially may bite just because, we're hurting him.
Hi. What's happened?
Just as they're about to start, they are interrupted by an intriguing phone call.
Was it white chocolate or was it expensive, rich European dark chocolate?
Jeff's not ordering morning tea. This is a genuine animal emergency that could be serious.
Just a little dog that cracked into the Christmas suitcase a couple of weeks early and ate quite a few chocolates. So the owners heard that chocolate can be poisonous to dogs, which is true, but because they're flying off to somewhere exotic in a few hours, we thought we'd observe for tonight and just make sure there aren't any problems.
The chocolate thief is being rushed in, but for now the team must turn their attention back to Dick and the life-threatening injuries that lie beneath his fur.
They keep on appearing out of the woodwork. He's had some very, we call them lucky bites, because they could have been a lot worse. Just one's around the neck here and close to his jugular vein. And he's got a lot of bruising right underneath him as well, without too many puncture wounds in that area. So he's really taken a beating.
Cleaning and repairing the many puncture wounds that lie over Dick's beaten body is a painstaking process for Jeff.
There's a lot of infection in the system at the moment, so we can only hope the antibiotics are going to control that in time and stop these wounds from progressing into something really horribly nasty. But I'm certainly optimistic for him. Typical farm, they'll come back from the brink, but I think he's pretty lucky really, because those dogs have really laid into him.
The next few days will be critical for Dick's recovery, and all the team at Remarkable Vets are right behind him. Outside, however, a much perkier little dog has just arrived.
A naughty Jack Russell.
Vivian. Hi.
Madame.
Yes.
She doesn't look that sick.
No, she doesn't look that sick, did she? Christmas came early.
It did come early.
Okay.
This is
And these were they?
This is the little darlings that she's got into. So
Right, okay.
They are milk chocolate, so hopefully.
Yeah, cocoa solid's 29%. So that's standard sort of low kiwi sort of chocolate.
Right.
It's,
Luckily, Lizzie chomped into milk chocolate, and once her sugar rush wears off, she'll be fine. The concentrated cocoa solids in dark chocolate, however, can be fatal to dogs. So Vivian was right to play it safe with Lizzie. After a busy morning in the clinic, Jeff has to hit the road. He has an appointment with a herd of deer. The herd need to be tested for the disease tuberculosis, or TB.
This is all part of the National TB Monitoring Scheme, which is designed to ensure that we manage the disease and can preserve our export markets.
It would be devastating if TB was found in the area. Jeff injects each of the deer with a small amount of tuberculin. They'll react with a lump on their neck if they have the disease.
How many have we got here? 4.
Deer can be dangerous and get very frightened in confined spaces. This farm has a hydraulic crush to hold the deer while Jeff gets on with the job. The stags and the young males, called spikers, are even more dangerous when cornered.
Spikers, we're just going to be careful of them. Okay, yeah, I got 4.
One by one, the deer make their way through the crush and are released back into the paddock, which they're pretty excited about.
That was luxury, just being able to use the crush and just do the TB testing, and the hinds themselves are actually very well behaved. Happy with that. We'll come back on Thursday and read the results, and hopefully all be clear.
Diesel the clinic cat is a mog of many talents. As well as keeping tabs on all the visitors, he's also the unofficial tester of food and toys, and he's a bit of a rock star.
Diesel has cost Jeff probably a lot of money. He's diabolical. It's good that he's got such a good personality, I suppose, otherwise he might not have lasted as long here as he has.
A new shipment of pet toys has arrived at the clinic, so after cleansing his palate, Diesel is off to find them. And it doesn't take him long.
Diesel is breaking into our little thing of gift toys. So quite classic. He's going for it. He's definitely going for it. He wants in there. There must be catnip in there. And he's desperate to get in. That tiny little red mouse is what this whole silly behaviour is after. It just shows you how cats go crazy for catnip.
These toys are now officially Diesel approved.
But basically,
Dick has had a night to recover from his big surgery, but all is still not well.
yeah, there's so much traumatised skin there.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been able to
There's
hold
a
together.
little bit of blood in his urine.
Right. Okay. But he's
it
peeing
would be
freely.
honest.
No signs of discomfort.
So it looks a wee bit uncomfortable.
Right. So basically, just we take the drain out, we take those stitches out,
Yep.
and we'll just send him home with his antibiotics. Lovely.
Dick's injuries are on the mend, and he'll be going home to the farm where he was attacked in a couple of days. He's still shaken and very sad, but will he be able to reclaim the place of top dog? It's been several days since stage 1 of the TB test. Today, Jeff is back at the farm to check the deer for reactions.
Gonna wear sandals in there, mate?
The next step involves checking the deer for a lump on their neck, which may indicate the presence of tuberculosis.
So there is a reaction here, Jason. We've got choices of what we can do,
Yeah.
but one thing most people are doing now is just doing an ELISA blood test on them.
Okay.
But that's sort of general recommendation.
Yeah, righto. That's fine.
This could be bad news for the herd. They've been clear of TB for 10 years. The deer who have reacted are tagged and blood will be taken for more accurate testing.
We've had 4 reactors today to the test we did 3 days ago. I don't believe strongly that this will be TB. This has been a clear herd for 10 years, but we have to go through the process and we'll be testing again in 12 days' time with a blood test.
With that under control, it's off to the next case. Not all of Jeff's call-outs are strictly medical. This small farm has 3 rather cheeky donkeys that desperately need a pedicure.
You'll have to remind me of their names again, Jack.
This is Bartholomew.
This is Bart, okay.
And Bart's not happy about this visit. He'll really make Jeff work for it today. Trimming hooves is a completely painless procedure, but donkeys being donkeys, they're just plain stubborn.
Those are front feeders, well-behaved ones, are they?
Jeff decided not to sedate these guys today, a decision he may regret. This trim isn't just to make them pretty. Donkeys' hooves grow really fast and they need to be worn down or they start to curl out. In some cases, they become so bad the donkeys can't even walk. Jeff is becoming a real master pedicurist and donkey wrangler.
No need for a run tonight.
After an hour and a half of physical wrestling with these boys, Jeff is exhausted and he's learnt a valuable lesson about stubborn donkeys.
Mad fools and vets out with donkeys in the midday sun, I think. We went from hardest to easiest. Perhaps I'll do it the other way around next time. And I think we might end with some drugs too.
There is sad news back at the clinic. Despite Vicky's best efforts to care for the injured bird, it died later that day. Birds are delicate creatures, even as adults, and when they are sick or wounded, many do not recover.
You can see the whole joint has been dislocated.
They are continually brought into the clinic, however, and the staff will always do everything they can.
Yeah, this does seem to be turning out to be one of those days. There's another case that we really need to put to sleep because it's not going to recover enough function to make things humane. So sometimes you get little runs like that, but fortunately they don't happen too often.
Many of the visitors are youngsters who have come in for their first checks and vaccinations. That means lots of baby animals, including this little fella who gets a special welcome from Diesel.
It's a Sydney Silkie, and Sydney Silkies are a cross between a Yorkshire Terrier and an Australian Terrier. He's 9 weeks old, but when he's about a year old, you'll see under his fur he'll go silver. See the change colour. Now, how long have you had Max for? We've had him a week. Oh, okay. There's down there at home.
Nikki's on hand to give Max his first checkup.
And how's he settling in?
Marvellous.
But this checkup has a serious side too. All young pups need to be vaccinated, and if they aren't, they can get very sick from several nasty diseases.
There's 4 basic diseases.
Yeah.
There's distemper, hepatitis and parvovirus, which are 3 nasties that unfortunately we don't see a lot of. And then there's the kennel cough, which we see very frequently. Okay, it's an infectious upper respiratory tract disease that's passed from dog to dog. It's not life-threatening, but if they're not vaccinated, they can get quite a nasty cough.
Yeah.
But vaccinated dogs, if they do contract the disease, they get a very, very mild cough, or they don't show any signs at all.
4 vaccinations later, Max is ready to face the world.
There we go, darling. Hey.
Good boy. You're reasonably brave. Now, we're actually running puppy classes here now. Which are a lot of fun. But
That's what we need.
Oh, yeah.
The clinic holds a weekly puppy preschool for new dog owners, and Barbara is keen to get a few tips in caring for hers.
That's all he needs. He's beautiful. Basically,
Max will have his first ever outing with other dogs on Wednesday night. Jeff is flat out today on farm calls, but he has one important prior commitment: Pet Day.
We're from Queenstown Primary and this is Pet Day, yeah.
Pet Day at Queenstown Primary School is always a fun celebration of animals great, small and handmade.
Don't want to show you?
She's lovely, Ben. That's what, laid an egg already?
It laid 2 eggs. Ready? Set, go. I'm the timer for the dog obstacle course.
I've been put under high pressure because I have to choose the hairiest pet as my category for today, so we'll go and see what they've got on offer. I think there's quite a number out there. Lovely teeth.
Hello, everyone wants to bite that.
This is Harry the Hare.
Harry the hare. Very good.
It's creepy because I've never seen a guy from TV actually at school.
Fantastic and so relaxed. What a great cat.
I got it for the most interesting hairy pet.
Well, you're doing a very good job. It's very nicely groomed.
The kids love sharing their animals with Jeff and getting a few tips too. But now he has to head off to another farm to meet an unusual family pet that has a strange taste for breakfast cereal. This is Niall the steer, who has been hand-reared since birth, but he's not completely tame. Jeff will have to watch himself around this hefty fellow.
Today we're taking the horns off Niall because one of them's looking like it's starting to grow down into his cheek area, which is just a problem for him in the future, so we're going to nip in there now and take them off before they're too big.
Controlling an animal of this size is always a challenge, but Niall's taste for an exotic Kiwi delicacy may help.
He likes his wheat bits. Get him hungry now. Get behind him, Michelle.
Curiously, this bovine enjoys the iconic Kiwi cereal so much, he willingly heads down the race, where Jeff can safely inject the sedative and get on with the task of removing those horns.
A couple of squirts and then we'll be away. Just a bit of sweat and tears on my behalf, really. What we're taking off does have a blood supply, and it has a nerve supply as well, so there will be a bit of blood. You know, that's inevitable. Beautiful. That's where we just get that cotton wool.
Lovely player, eh?
Yeah. Close. George looks a bad trick, eh?
It's not the prettiest bandage that Jeff's ever applied.
Oh, that's good.
But strapped up like this and full of Weet-Bix, Niall lumbers out looking like a great prospect for any rugby team.
Part of the family.
Come in and sit down. Yeah, and get started. And
Today's the first day of puppy preschool at the clinic. Vet nurse Liana runs these weekly classes, and they are a great way to begin the puppy training process and a safe way for the pups to socialise with other dogs.
What we normally do on the first night is we'll go over a thing called the lats. I normally hold them this way, and then you get your right arm up under the head, and then your left arm sort of holding that body really tight. With time, they'll see that one's very, very opinionated, that wee bubby. They don't like the position; it makes them feel vulnerable, but you know, that's why it's good for you to do it. Until they sort of learn not to struggle, then you know that they've kind of submitted, and just sort of getting them used to being handled. Because they'll come in here and we, you know, thermometers at the bottom and things in their ears, and we open their mouths. And
But no matter how well the training goes, puppies will be puppies.
oh, it's piddling, I think. Oh, that was that one. Come on. Luckily they're waterproof.
It's been several days since Jeff took blood from the deer herd for TB testing, and the results have just been emailed through.
Those 4 samples we took were negative, so the herd is clear, no TB, and I'll give Jason a ring and just inform him of that. sure he'll be very happy. It's good, nice to wrap it up.
Dick the farm dog has spent the week recovering at the clinic, and today it's good news. He can finally go home to his owner Mike. But he arrives to a mixed response.
When I let him out of the truck, all the dogs were, I don't know whether they're pleased to see him or not, but they were all over him really. He's sort of one of the new boys again, but I don't know, I was pleased to see him back.
After being close to death, Dick has reclaimed his title as the boss's top dog.
Dick's happy at home when he's working.
But it will still be some time before Dick fully recovers.
He's aged at least 6 months, I reckon.
Sensing he's not 100%, even the sheep have a go at poor Dick. But he's a tough cookie, and with Mike watching over him, he soon gets the mob under control and resumes his place as the farm's top dog.
He's got stuff for your puppies, for sheep and for